All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fit Vegan Podcast. Today we have a very special guest. We have my mom on the podcast. Hey, mom, how you doing?
Hey, hi, son. I'm doing great.
Good. It's weird to talk in English with you for for an
It
interview.
is. It is.
Yeah.
This is out of my comfort zone.
I appreciate you jumping on the podcast.
Okay. Yeah, just
Yeah.
for you.
So for those of you guys that don't know, we're French, right? So on parle français habituellement, but we'll do the podcast in English for today for all of our English listeners. So just quick overview for my mom. You jumped in the program almost when I started, so it was like over 2 years, right, since you've been in the program.
Yes, I started after Dr. Jade Viterio. Yeah, the group.
Yeah, yeah. Dr. Jade was kind of in the first group. Which, if Jade is listening to this, shout out to Dr. Jade. She's awesome.
Yeah. I.
She's about to have her baby soon, so I'm excited for her. And so, do you mind kind of walking through where you were at before you got started? Right, because I think like it's not the heaviest. Was that the heaviest you've ever been before you started, or you're slightly more before?
I think so. Yes, that was the heaviest. If you don't count the pregnancy, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember when we were living in the country, you were weighing around like 185 pounds, and I was growing up, and I was like, I want to. You're heavier than me. I was like, I can't wait to get heavier than you. So I know you were around that weight when we lived in the country.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that because like that's my goal weight. I need to be as heavy as
Oh, wait.
possible.
I guess I already want to lose some weight at that point.
Yeah, so yeah, that was way before where you guys live now.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned you had an injury, right? Because I know it's like on the website, but you had an injury that kind of caused you to gain some of the weight.
Yes, yes. Well, at first I was training at home and your dad was training at the gym. And
Yeah,
then he asked me if I wanted to go train with him. So I went with him, but I didn't really had a plan of training and nutrition, but I managed to lose some weight and I was doing good until that day that I broke a bone in my foot going downstairs, which I didn't know at that point, but I had to stop, couldn't walk.
yeah,
And after that, well, you start gaining weight again, slowly but surely, the weight went up again. And when you asked me for the program, I said, well, let's try it.
yeah. So how much weight did you put on from the injury?
I must have put up at least 20 pounds,
20
23
pounds.
pounds. Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of lost like 20-ish pounds before you got injured, and then put it back on after injury. Okay.
Yeah.
And so one thing I was excited to have you in the program because, as you know, and I've told you before you started, like the only way you or anyone, even dad, when I talk to them, can do the program is you have to go vegan to do the program. I will never include animal products in the meal plan. And so at that point, 2 years ago, I was vegan for almost 7 years.
Mhm.
And so I knew, like, just a little background story. We grew up in the country. So we used to have like chickens and cows and geese and horses and
Rabbits.
rabbits. I had a lot, like what are like 15 cats. We had dogs. I had a lot of animals, but we were farmers, right? It's like we killed our own chicken
Mhm.
every year. We picked up fresh eggs for almost every morning because we had 12 chickens. And so when I went vegan, it was totally out of the blue for you guys. And I've never asked you this, but now that you're vegan, because you did the program and I'm vegan, what was
Mhm.
you guys' first thought? And I'm like, I'm gonna go vegan. What showed up for you guys? Because coming from like I helped you guys like pluck the chickens and pick the eggs for breakfast, and so I'm curious what was you guys' thoughts when I went vegan?
Yeah, because you started to be vegan when I think you started to be modeling.
Yeah,
So really, we never talked about it and figured that we would change our nutrition at that point.
yeah,
Because as long as I live, I ate meat, chicken, fish, and whatever my parents gave me. So when you started to be vegan, you go, okay, so he's coming for supper. What do we eat? What do we cook? Now I have lots of ideas, but before, no.
Did you guys think I was going nuts for like eating tofu and like just going completely vegan?
You just you used to try all kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, just we'll go along with him and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I've always been very driven and always tried a
Mhm.
lot of different things. That's definitely one of
Yeah,
my strong points.
it is.
Yeah. And okay, so when vegan, and I know I've been working on you and dad for the past like, yeah, 7 years almost. Like,
Mhm.
you guys need to go vegan because, we lost grandpa, my grandpa to cancer and heart disease. And obviously like Jen. And so,
Mhm.
I've tried to convince you guys for a long time to go plant-based. And so what made you want to give it a shot 2 years ago when I told you to I was like, you gotta do the program. Like, I'll help you lose weight, but like you have to go vegan to do it. Because
Yeah,
you were not even vegetarian at that point.
not really, but I think the year before you were talking to us about it, and I think we did it for 1 or 2 months.
I did
Mhm.
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, we tried it, but I can go along with this. But your dad really liked his steak and meat, and so I did compromise, and we just went back to what we used to eat.
Yeah.
And when you proposed me 2 years ago, well, you have to be vegan. I said, well, in my head, I did it before,
Yeah.
so I'll just do it again. It's just that doing the meal, I had to do mine and his,
Yeah.
but I'm doing better with it. But most of the time, your dad is eating vegan at least 4 meals a week.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's a big improvement because I think, yeah, 2 years ago you guys were buying like cow legs at Costco. Like, you remember it was like the big like thing of steak at Costco that you guys were
Yeah.
buying?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
crazy. And so
pork, yeah. We don't
just
anymore.
yeah.
Almost not.
And so just to give the people some numbers, like you started with me, you were 180, it's
3.5.
184, 184.5,
183.5.
183.5.
Yep.
And then was it like 9 months? You ended your cut at 133.5, I think, right? That was your lowest.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you lost a full on 50 pounds going vegan. And if people haven't seen your photo, they can go on fitvegan.ca. Like, you're like one of the first or second photo in there. You got some abs, you have some definition in your quads. And then we reverse dieted you, right?
Yes.
So you were in your calorie deficit, lost 50 pounds. What was the highest amount of food you remember going to? Because that was like a long time ago. So you're in like a different phase now. But what's the highest amount? It was like 2,300.
2,200.
Yeah, 2,200 calories to maintain your new body.
Yep.
And then we did a muscle building phase.
We did. Yes.
And now we're currently in a cut for the summer.
Small cut, about a 10 pounds. I have 2 pounds left.
Yeah. And so, but that's the thing is, how much did you weigh today? You told me like 133, right? The other
Yeah,
day?
132.5. I'm at the same weight that when I finished the program.
Yeah. And you're at 1,500 calories.
Yes.
You're not doing any cardio.
No.
And the first time you hit 133, you were doing cardio and you were, I think, like 1,200 calories
I
or
think so.
11,
Yeah.
12 or 1,100. You're a lot lower in calories. Basically, the fact that we sped up your metabolism allowed you to be in a good position to easily lose the weight this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so now we'll do the fat loss for the summer, reverse diet you out of it, and then lean again, even leaner.
Even leaner. Yes.
Yeah. Almost, we have to do a photo shoot. I've been trying to get Matthew's my brother, to do a photo shoot with you. I think it's some,
That would be good.
nice
Yeah.
photos. Yeah. um, and so what was that journey like for you to transition to vegan just off the bat? Because obviously you say you tried it for a month, but now when you came in, I was like, here's a meal plan. Here's what you need to eat. How did that go in terms of you being adjusted to following a meal plan and, completely changing your nutrition?
That was really easy because it was all there. I knew what I had to eat for the whole week, and I had the grocery list, and I love cooking. That helps. And what I really like is that you cook one recipe, but it's good for 2 or 3 meals. So
Mhm.
the next meal, I don't have anything to prepare, just warm it up and eat. So that's one thing I really liked about it. And I enjoy all the food, only a couple of recipes. Sometimes I'm not Swiss chard. I'm not a big fan of Swiss chard,
Yeah.
but I try to put it in salad. But yeah, that was really easy. I didn't no didn't have any problem following the plan. nutrition, training. I used to be in sports all my life. So just continue training is, yeah. I like to see the muscle definition and then,
You definitely have a lot of that now.
yeah. When your dad touched my arm, I always squeeze my face.
Yeah, just look at the guns.
Yeah, look at the guns. Yes.
Um, like one thing that I noticed when you did the program is how like 100% compliant you were
Mm-hmm.
with everything. Like, most people struggle with sticking to the meal plan and cravings, and then emotions getting in the way of them, like them being emotional and then eating something they're not supposed to. Did you
Mm-hmm.
have any of that throughout the process?
Problem like that? I would say not really, because usually when I want to, it's probably from all my sports background, being in volleyball and basketball, you have to be really sticking to the program and do what your coach tells you. So I really listen to what my coach tells me, which is you. So I just follow the plan and I just follow the plan and I trust the process and yeah.
Good. Well, I say people can see where I get my drive from. It's just give me the plan and I'll just do it. I
But
work
just
the
do it.
I work the exact same way. And so, as far as the workout, how did you find those going through? Like you went through a lot of different phases, and you've been training with us for 2 years now.
Hmm. Yeah, I really did enjoy all the workouts. Cardio was hard at first because I didn't have much cardio.
Yeah.
And I still remember the 1,000 HIIT I did.
Oh yeah, that was a killer workout. 1,000 rep hit workout. It was a killer one back in the day.
Yeah, I did. I was working out with your dad and Matthew.
Yeah.
And after 100, you have a minute and a half break.
Yeah.
My husband would give me my bottle of water and take a towel and make some wind.
Yeah.
And then you hear the beep. I have to do another 100. Okay. My husband, same thing. After each repetition, he would give me the water, give me some wind. I'm gonna survive. I said, yes. It's gonna be hard, but I will survive. And I did it. And the week after it was a bit easier. And the week after it was a bit easier. So yeah, I really got in shape.
Yeah, I definitely like your stamina improved. And I think I remember the structure. It was 4 exercise, 25 reps each. And you're talking like burpees, like really high cardiovascular type of exercise. Four
Yeah.
exercise, 25 reps, a minute, a minute and a half break, and then 10 rounds of that to make the total of 1,000 reps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your dad was looking at me saying, oh my God, she won't make it. I did. I have to make it.
Yeah. And so did you have before starting, did you have any uncertainties before starting the program? Because like it's a bit different because like you're my mom, I'm your son. But was there any like doubts or uncertainties that you would actually be able to lose weight before you got started?
Well, I saw what Jade was doing and the other members that started before me.
Yeah.
I said, well, and I trusted you.
Mm-hmm.
I trusted the process and yeah,
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, well, it does work. So what happens when you follow the plan?
Exactly. You have to follow the plan.
Yeah. And, to be honest, like you've inspired a lot of people to come into the program. Like I dare say at least like 50 people came into the program because
Yeah.
of your transformation. And so that's why I'm happy that we do a podcast because a lot of people are going to be listening to this one.
Yeah, we talked about it before, but
Yeah.
couldn't do it before. But
Yeah. Was there anything that you learned throughout the process that you didn't know before that you actually found to be really valuable?
well, actually, when you prepare I used to prepare the food for you guys, and I knew I need some protein and carbs and vegetable, but I didn't really know how much to put or to give. So that's what I learned for me, because now I know how much amount of protein and that amount of calories. So now I know how to get it from. If I'm hungry, even your dad, if he's hungry, says, well, I think there's too much fat in there. Maybe you should switch and eat that instead. So now I know how to make the changes and what to eat, especially with lower calories.
Yeah.
You can choose, what you're gonna eat.
Yeah. Well, you definitely have more wiggle room now for all the food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you Chris, was the tribe any helpful at all? The group tribe that we have?
I really enjoyed the
Uh,
group write. Yeah. I was not a member that would write all the time, but I would read everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. I would read everybody, give him thumbs up. Sometimes I would say something, but yeah, the tribe is great. You have a question, you just write it down to everybody, and yeah, it's a big, huge family. And you can say, I can, I think about Nicole because Nicole is really open up about it. And you can write down anything on it and you won't be judged. Everybody take care of each other. That's what I
Mhm.
really like.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great family.
Hmm.
And I'm
It is.
happy that Nicole's a coach now. There's a
Yeah, she's my coach now. Yeah.
yeah, she's your coach right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. And I told her I was happy that she's my coach.
Yeah, no, Nicole is awesome. I definitely want to do another podcast with her and Sarah actually together.
Mhm. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I listened to the replay or call from yesterday, the replay. Yeah.
Oh, with Nicole. Yeah, because Sarah's calls tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always listen to it in replay, but yeah.
And so curious as to, I've personally never seen you this lean since you've been my mom, right? Not like when I was old enough to remember, I don't ever remember you being this lean. Um, but your before photo, like when I look at your before photo, I don't
Mhm.
also remember you as that. I feel like you're definitely like and I'm saying this in the nicest way, like a puffed up version of what I remember you. Like you're really bloated on your first photo. It's a
I
great
am, eh?
before photo.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Okay. That's what I
So
look like.
a side of transformation that people never talk about, they just talk about like, let's get you lean, let's be fit, let's feel good. But how has it been with dad and friends and people at your work, seeing how you eat now and how your body has changed? What are the kind of the things that you deal with now that you didn't deal with before, and some of the comments?
Well, your dad is proud of me. You know, I work really hard to achieve that. But the nutrition, sometimes you would propose me food. I said, no, it's not in the program, or no, it won't fit my calories today, or
His 7-layer dip from Costco and
exactly, yes. But yeah, your dad is really proud of me. And when he talked to people that they should change their nutrition, you always talk about vegan. Makes me laugh because he talks about vegan, but he's not.
he's not there
It's a
yet.
work in progress, like you say.
Yeah.
And with my coworkers, like an example today, make some carrot dogs.
Yeah.
When I was talking to with my coworker that I did some, I said, "What are those?" So I explained to her, well, "What is a carrot dog?" And she smelled it. It smelled really good. And I make mine say, "Want to taste it?" I said, "Well, yes." So I take a bite, give it to her. I said, "Oh my God, it's so good." I want the recipe. So I don't push anybody, but I just tell them, okay, I eat this and I do that and I go do my training every day, almost 4 days a week, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one of the best ways to help people is to not push and just be.
Mhm.
And if you're fit and healthy and thriving, people are going to be like, "What the heck are you doing?" Right? Because you have something
Yeah.
that they want to have in a
Hmm.
in a way. Yeah. If we were to narrow down like a few key reasons why you think I have my reasons why, but why you think you've been successful over the past 2 years with all the phases that we did, from the fat loss to reverse diet, the muscle building, and now this new cut, what would you break it down to if you had to name let's just say three things?
Oh, I can't remember. I saw which one. I would say committed. I knew that every day. I'm. I still have my fitness pal, but I still use the paper. So
Yeah,
I still
I was
write.
going to bring that up later. She's still tracking everything on paper.
I am. I don't know if it's the age or it's just me, but I'm 57. But I still write down every day what I eat and I put the calories, fat, carbs, and protein.
Yeah,
I'm like this. I like to write it down. I like my book. When one book is finished, go grab another one.
yeah,
So it's just to be committed and know what I'm putting in my body. Is it good? Sometimes yes, I would cheat. Like my birthday, I would eat some cake, and that's all right.
yeah,
It's
of course.
the calories. You can,
Yeah,
it's life.
yeah,
Sometimes you want to eat something, and yeah, After a couple of days, you better do it because you're gonna stick with it too.
Yeah.
So you have to be committed and feeling your body properly. I can't think of a third one right now, but
Yeah. But that's fine. And I just got to point that out. That's for people. Because the thing is, you also have a meal plan that we've given you when you first started. For like your first year and a half, I think you followed a meal plan.
yep,
Then you went into kind of tracking a little bit more because you had a better understanding now of how everything worked and more flexibility with fitting
yep.
in some of the foods you like.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna say for people out there that don't want to follow a meal plan, that are too lazy to use MyFitnessPal, my mom writes everything on a fucking piece of paper. Like you're able to track or follow a meal plan, right? Like I can't even imagine manually writing it down. So I'm proud of you for staying consistent with that.
Thank
If it
you.
works, it's great. We won't change it. Um, how, because like obviously I know you've tried to lose weight before. I remember you tried, there was Atkins you tried. There's another one that you tried for a long time. Like there's like a juicing protocol to it. You tried a lot of things to lose weight over the years. Maker's Diet was one of them. I think that's what it's called.
Maker's Diet. Yes, that I remember. You have Maker's Diet.
Yeah. But you tried a few different things to lose the weight.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious how what you've done now compared to what you did before. What's the difference and what's the sustainability level on both of those fronts?
Well, the one that I did before, that's not something that you can do for the rest of your life. It's just something that you do to lose weight quickly or try to do it quickly. But after that, if you want to continue, you don't have any clues to what to do.
Is that the Maker's one? Maker's Diet?
I think so. Sometimes my memory is not that good, but can't remember. But compared to your program, the Blueprint Pro, you can do that for the rest of your life because you learn over the process. You learn what to eat, what is good for you, the protein, calories, and you know what to eat. And you can do for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you had your little containers with like, I think it was like almonds and stuff. When you're doing Makers, it was like weird protocol. It was
Mhm.
definitely to lose weight fast, but I can't remember what it was. But I remember you seeing doing stuff, and I was like, I don't understand why she's doing that. I was like, how is that fun? It doesn't look fun.
It's no fun because I love to eat.
Yeah. Well, it's when you were at 2,200 calories, like that's a lot of food for you to eat to maintain. Like you could have stayed there, but we did a muscle building, so that was like it's more fun when you're in a muscle building phase.
Yeah, because I learned that when you get older, you lose some muscles.
Yep. Bone
And
density, muscle.
yeah, and I remember my mom when she passed away. She didn't. It was bones and skin, no muscle, no definition, no tone.
Yeah.
And that's something I don't want to. I want to grow older and healthy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, strength training will help with
Hmm.
retention building, and then like bone bearing activities like strength training is really good to strengthen your bone. Right. Oh, I want you to tell the story of, was it your insurance, your health insurance or something like that, that it went down? It got cheaper because your blood work was so good.
Yeah. We had to renew our life insurance. So the lady come here, and she took the blood sample and urine and everything. And after that, we got some result that we are in great shape. Like I'm gonna live like my grandma, 103. I
Yeah.
guess I can do that. Yeah,
And
yeah,
so your cost went down for your insurance.
yeah,
Yeah. So it saves you money to be healthier
exactly.
and
Yeah,
you live longer.
exactly. I mean, perfect health, lots of energy. When your dad do training with me, I always put dancing. I like dancing music during my training, and I dance. I just move and follow the beat. And your dad look at me and say, "Oh my God, I'm not doing that."
Well, Dad's gonna join you as soon as he goes vegan and does the program.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm 50% there with him.
you're getting there.
Yeah, he's asking more and more questions. Like, if I was to do it, what would you make me eat? Like he's on the edge.
Yeah, and like I say, about four supper a week, it's vegan.
Yeah. Well, actually, I want to ask you that because a lot of members in the program are moms that are cooking for their families still. Like we're all older. Like obviously, I live in LA. Matthew lives with you guys. Mikael lives. He's in Toronto now, so you don't really have to cook for like your kids anymore. So it's basically you and dad. But 2 years ago, I think Mikael was still there. Was Mikael still there 2 years ago?
I think he was already gone to
I was
Montreal.
gone. I've been gone for a long time. But so, cooking for your dad, how did you cook 2 dinners separately every night? Or like, how did you make it work? Because I know for a lot of moms or people that have partners that a partner isn't vegan, like, I don't want to have to cook 2 dinners. So how did you deal and navigate that?
No, sometimes I would cook my supper, but I would double it. I would get double portion. So
Yeah.
that gives me leftover for the next day. So I would double that. And then I have time, maybe half an hour, and I do their supper. If it's salmon with rice, put it in the rice cooker. Maybe double the portion also. Sometimes it's good to eat leftovers,
Mhm.
give a break, but usually I would double the recipe.
Okay. So you double the recipe and you double his recipe. That way you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. I feel like people can make it a bigger deal than it needs to be to prep the
Mhm.
food. Right. One big thing I tell people is just duplicate your recipe and then let them add whatever they want on top of it. Right.
Yeah.
That's basically the only thing they want at the end of the day.
Yeah. But he tastes everything. I would like the carrot dog.
Yeah.
He
Those are
tried.
really good.
Yeah. And I did the vegan steak. He tried it and he was really surprised. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you make your old seitan too? Did you make your old seitan or tofu? Which one or the other you
Seitan.
tried?
That's the
Yeah.
steak I'm making. Yeah.
Yeah.
With seitan. Yeah.
And how was that?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised.
Good. Well, when we can see each other, I'll try.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so, with all the amazing, transformation you've seen, you already mentioned that it was, this is a more sustainable way for you to lose the weight.
Mhm.
And is this the longest that you've kept like this new, like when was the last time you were this lean?
Oh my God. I don't think I remember. Uh, because I think when I was pregnant with you, I was 160 when I started.
Oh shit. And then you're 133 right now.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Probably, yeah.
So you were in your 20s basically the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Almost 30 years ago.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I don't remember.
Yeah. So almost 30 years ago is when you're at this level, like this weight, not so this level of leanness. And so I'm curious, like what's kind of like the path that you want to do next? Because obviously we're cutting for the summer, we're going to reverse diet. Are you kind of looking to maintain? Do you want to pack on some more muscle? Like what's the mission from here?
Pack on more muscles.
Cool. I'm going to come back for Christmas. You'll look like Hulk.
No, I won't be all.
Is your goal to beat that at arm wrestle? Is that what it is?
Yeah, boy.
He has bad elbows. It's easy to beat him.
That's going to be hard. Because even though I'm in shape, I still have my wrist problem and elbow from volleyball and basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still sometimes exercises that I can't do the way it shows in the video.
Yeah.
But I do it differently, but I still do it. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Did you notice any difference in like pain level in your body compared to when you first started, when you were 183 versus now? Has there been any difference from the change in nutrition and you gaining more muscle?
Yes, because I used to have some pain in my hip, left hip. Yeah, that's the one when I fell off my horse.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I injured myself and I have some, I don't remember the name, arthrosis.
Yeah.
Arthrosis. But since working out, I don't feel it anymore. Yeah, something that's a big improvement.
Good. So strengthening the muscle around it.
Yep.
Yeah. So big question for you that I like to ask is the way that you're living right now in terms of how you're eating and how you're training. Do you see yourself sustaining that forever, basically?
Forever.
Okay. Good. That makes me happy because that's why I do it. That's the whole point, right? Is if you do another like Maker's Diet, Atkins, whatever crazy weird stuff is out there, like it's great, you lose weight really fast, but at the end of the day, like if you're going to pack it back on, and a good indicator is if they don't tell you how to sustain it after, if the own company doesn't tell you how to sustain it after, it's probably not sustainable because they don't know either.
I know I don't want to change program. Sometimes my husband asks me, well, you want this or you want that? No. So are you going to eat meat again? So not really. I don't miss it. Not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. And I'm on a personal level, I love that, you know, I'm also directly impacting you in reducing your risk of like cancer and heart disease and all these things. And that's also why I want dad to do the program also,
Mhm.
is to help him with that because I know he needs healthier habits in terms of his nutrition choices. He loves
Yeah, sometimes you just don't know the quantity that you should eat. Yeah.
also like the density of the food too. Like it might feel like a small portion, but that shit's like 300 calories. Like that's could be a nice big meal.
Yeah. Sometimes I make him a salad. He
Yeah.
said that's for you. I said, no, that's for you. He said, oh my God, I'm okay. I feel like a rabbit because there's a lot.
Good. Um, so I want to ask you if there's someone that is sitting on the fence of doing the program
Mhm.
and changing their life, but they're in the exact same position that you were in before you started. All right.
Mhm.
So maybe coming off of an injury, they've tried other things to lose the weight before, but didn't work. Like what would you tell them? And what's a piece of advice you would tell them to basically help them go to the next level and for them to be able to experience what you're experiencing now?
I would tell them to go right in, start the program, even though if it's not perfect for you at that time. Sometimes we have work, we travel or stuff like that. Start the program, do your best, and yes, do it for yourself, for your health. Because as you grow older, you want to be in good health to eventually have grandkids and take care of them and have fun with them and be able to have the energy. So if you don't start, you're still in the same process. You have to do something different. And that's what I did with your program. I did something totally different. I trusted the process and you believe in yourself and you see the progress. So you get enthusiasm and yeah,
Yeah.
just do
Oh,
it.
yeah. You mentioned trusting a process quite a few times, and I think that's a big one that people tend to struggle with. There's a lot of people that will come in and want to do it their way, but it's like your way hasn't worked, right? Like you're here for something different. And so I'm happy that you trusted the process, that you listened, and like
Mhm.
obviously we're really good at what we do, which is why you got the results that you did. Like I said, you've inspired a lot of people indirectly. Right? This is the first podcast we've ever done, or the first piece of content we've ever done together, and you've impacted a lot of people already. So hopefully you get to impact more people
Okay,
with
well,
this
that's good.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, mom, I just want to say a big thank you for taking the time to jump on the podcast. I know you didn't have a workout tonight. That's why I called you up. I'm like, hey, let's do a podcast today. But I always like to leave the floor open in the end. If there's anything that you want to share on the podcast or some of the older, like the alumni members from the Fijian tribe, the current members, if there's
Mhm.
anything that you want to pass along to them, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, I just want to start with saying thank you because we always wanted to do it and finally it's done. And I'm really happy that I help inspire other people to start the program, to take care of their life and their health and nutrition. And I encourage people to just start and do it because you deserve it. It's
Hmm.
you have to think about other, yes, you think about your other people, but first you have to think about yourself. And I want to say to all the members of the tribe that I read everybody and I really do enjoy everything that you write down. And I'm
Good. Yeah.
really proud of you. All the transformation I've seen already. Yeah, just continue the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely really passionate. I looked at our numbers and we're at 450 transformations so far.
Wow,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. And I think now it's like 21 different countries. We've got someone from a new country. And so yeah, it's awesome. And it's great to see like obviously your photo, but the people that were inspired by you that came in and that are now success stories of the program because they saw your story and your photos. And so it's really cool to see the impact that it's had on people's life. And like it's been really cool to see your transformation because you definitely like have more energy and more vibrant.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see the impact you're having on dad also. And like, I'm sure you're having a lot more impact into like your workplace and like people in the family, like, or, you know, our cousin Daniel jumped on the program now because he saw your
Exactly.
transformation. So one of my cousins jumped on the program also. And so it's nice to see everyone being impacted and living a healthier life and, you know, improving for Dan, improving his gut health. And yeah, it's really rewarding. And so I'll say thank you for doing the program, for trusting the process. I know I'm your son. You didn't have to. You could have been upfront and be like, this is shit, but you trusted it and it's good. It worked out good.
It did. I believe in you.
Thank you. So yeah, guys, for everyone listening that potentially wants a little bit more information as to, you know, what my mom went through for the program and how we take care of our members, and you want to have your own success story and you want to be on our, you know, our website as a success story, there's a link down below in the show notes, fitvegan.ca. Simply head on there. Little video for you to watch. You have an understanding of how we'll be able to help you. And then there's a link for you to book your free consultation call. Head on there, answer the questions, book your free call. Love to have a conversation with you and help you get amazing results like we did with my mom and all of our other 450 plus members. And so, yes, Mom, thank you for jumping on the podcast.
You're welcome, son.